Welcome to UNCAGED, a show that celebrates thought leadership from today's top business leaders. The program provides a voice to amazing executives from around the globe who are shaping the world of business today and mapping the path to the commerce of tomorrow. Today, we're speaking with Vijay Pravin Maharajan. Vijay, it's great to have you on the program. We're going to be talking about a lot of good stuff. How are you?
I'm doing great. So thanks a lot for having me here in this Uncaged show.
Excellent.
The name says it, Uncaged. I love that show name. And I would like to get my thoughts out there so that people can get key takeaways out of this podcast.
Excellent. Well, Vijay, you're working on probably one of the most, if not the most exciting areas today. Vijay is the founder and CEO of bitsCrunch, which is a company that really works on providing security to the NFT ecosystem. And, security in this new blockchain Web3 world is absolutely critical. It's definitely something that is on a lot of people's minds, and Vijay and his team at bitsCrunch are focused on that. But before we get into the bitsCrunch story, Vijay, tell us a little bit about yourself and your career.
Yeah, so myself, Vijay, I originally come from Chennai, Tamil Nadu in India, and then I moved to Munich, the city of Oktoberfest in Germany, and I'm living here for the last decade, almost a decade now. Did my master's here in electrical engineering, worked for big German firms like Volkswagen, Siemens, and Telefónica, and then I founded bitsCrunch amidst pandemic. So I've been at various stages representing various companies across my career. I've been a TEDx speaker. In fact, the first Indian to be invited for a TEDx talk in Germany, and also one of the top 20 plus inspiring data professionals to be followed on LinkedIn. That was
Excellent.
Recognized by AI Time Journal from US.
Excellent. And Vijay, I mean, what you're working on now at bitsCrunch is really, really interesting stuff. Tell us a little bit more on where you guys play in the market.
Yeah, so to take you through, we are working with NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which are the new age digital assets. So what we are planning to do, what we are building is a tool set for people like you and me who can go and invest on NFTs with confidence. So right now, everybody is uncertain. Everybody is literally not so sure about what they invest. Do this NFT, does it accrue value? Is it gonna gain in price? Is it gonna be the next Bored Apes or next CryptoPunks? That is the thought that people put it all together. But we want to guide those retail users and a lot of business insights to let's say enable people to decide which NFTs to buy and which not to buy by providing some security on top of these NFTs.
That's so critical. And I would say that, one of the biggest challenges that the NFT space is making sure that people feel safe as we try to scale that marketplace. I mean, I am based in Miami, Vijay, and I would say that a day does not pass that someone doesn't talk to me about a new NFT that has been minted or a new crypto token project that they're working on. It is kind of the self-proclaimed center of this new Web3 blockchain crypto world. Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing in the market right now and what you're excited about.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Just to acknowledge your point here, not just in Miami, but I'm flying to US in later this year for a flagship NFT event, and it's been buzzing around, right? NFTs, non-fungible tokens, crypto, decentralized finance, centralized finance. These topics are buzzing around Europe as well as most parts of US in the last few years. I mean, look at Coinbase; they did an IPO. Look at Binance. Look at other well-established companies out there. So yes, there is a huge demand in the market for these talents as well. And my take is simple. I mean, cryptocurrency and this whole decentralized finance is going to stay. I have a huge conviction towards that. And especially NFTs, the new age digital assets, is definitely going to stay here because literally every single physical asset can be pegged with an NFT in the future. Let's say a vintage car, a gaming ticket, a football ticket, for instance, or an autograph, for example, or a collectible, or a gaming asset. So options are plenty, and we have to just wait and watch how this whole game evolves in the next years.
Well, I mean, in December, there is a big art festival here in Miami called Art Basel. And it just seemed like every artist in the world was launching some clever twist on the NFT. And it is quite promising to see how people are using it from a utility perspective as an experience driver. And when you start to expand those uses and protecting the value, obviously security is right at the center of it. But it's quite fascinating when I look at your story, Vijay. You guys started the business really right in the thick of the pandemic. What an interesting entrepreneurial journey you've had. Tell me a little bit more about what the last couple of years have been like.
Yeah, when we started bitsCrunch, we registered our first entity in India. I mean, that is where my roots are. So we registered in 2020. But then the world was shaken by pandemic. The COVID came. We had to halt the businesses, and then we came back stronger in 2021. We registered our headquarters in Germany here. We have a German entity as well. So doing business in pandemic initially was really tough because at that time meeting a lot of people, even virtual tools, even Zoom, let's say Zoom or Google Meet was not popular back then, right? People were not adjusted to these modern work nature. Sitting in front of the laptop all day is not the usual routine back then, where we used to go out for office meeting, we go out for a coffee, lunch, or whatever breaks that we have. So the initial days were tough, but then once pandemic settled down, we also settled down in a way, and then we started expanding. And I'm glad that now we are a team of 25 sitting across Germany, Belgium, Canada, and India. So we are a global team, remote working, and with what you see out there on the internet or on the media, it is because of this amazing bitsCrunch family. So we have a great team that puts their heart and soul into the project.
It's such a great story. It was such a challenging moment at the beginning of the pandemic, but to see how you've been able to build essentially a global team and really make the most of this growth that we've seen in the NFT space over the last couple of years is amazing. So very promising for bitsCrunch. Tell me, with all of this promise, what 2022 looks like for you guys.
2022, we still have a lot of grounds to cover. So, for instance, we are planning to launch a B2C product, which enables users to decide which NFTs are fair, which NFTs are legitimate, in a way that we give a verified tick on NFTs. So, imagine that we are the Twitter tick mark for the NFTs. So we check for wash trades on NFTs. We check if an NFT has a fair price or not, if it has been manipulated by some external factors. So we keep track of all these activities that is behind at the back door of each and every NFTs, and we keep the retail users well informed before they make a purchase decision. So the plan is to roll out a B2C product, and you can also expect the token generation event later this year. So we are also launching our own tokens, utility tokens, which will be used by anybody who is linked with NFTs.
Wow, that's all of that sounds very promising, and I can imagine that you will see a lot of opportunity in the marketplace as it continues to expand. I would tell you that probably even 18 months ago, I would go into meetings, and there were at that time there were people that were starting to kind of push NFT solutions, and then a year ago, more people were talking about it. And then the beginning of this year, there seemed to be quite a bit of a saturation of projects. And now it just seems like it's part of everyone's solution. It's almost becoming something that we all need to be kind of mapping out a strategy and an area. And so that's very promising for bitsCrunch. Well, listen, we've been speaking with Vijay Pravin Maharajan. He is the founder and CEO of bitsCrunch. bitsCrunch is a company that is on a mission to secure the NFT ecosystem and offer security in that world. Vijay, where's the best place that people can reach you?
They can reach out to me on Twitter, where I have a verified profile, and also on LinkedIn. I mean, unfortunately, on LinkedIn, I'm maxed out with connections. I am being followed by close to 50,000 people on LinkedIn. So I might not respond well on LinkedIn. So better place is Twitter.
Excellent. Yeah, well, Elon Musk would be happy to hear you say that, I guess. And it's funny, when we talk about certain channels, Twitter has been quite an active channel for people that play in the NFT space. Have you experienced that?
Yes, totally. I mean, when it comes to NFTs, when it comes to community building, Twitter has been the go-to place for founders like me and the teams that are out there. And probably Discord comes closer to
Yeah,
Twitter
Discord,
in
yeah.
the race. And then the third media would be Telegram, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
Twitter is far ahead in this journey.
Yeah, it used to be all about Telegram back in the day, but I think then, with Discord launching and Twitter surviving, I would say. Now we'll see what happens with Musk. So very, very exciting stuff. Vijay, thank you so much for being on Uncaged Day. We look forward to having you back. Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye.